G'day guys, Tom here from Dusty Roads. Quick video today. I'll run you guys through the drawer system and storage setup I've got in the back of this car. A fair few of you have been asking how I've done it, why I've done it, who's done it, all that sort of stuff. So I thought I may as well do a video, knock it all out in one go, and we'll get started. Righto, now this system was custom built by a fella called Chris at Custom Installations. He's based in Wangara. I basically drew up what I wanted to place in the back of this car, and he's done an amazing job at building that, and it fits the car perfectly. He's built it to the millimetre, and it's a great finish. So I'll run you through the features of this system and I'll show you what I've done. Righto, so this drawer system is a 3-tier system. So I've got 3 drawers on the right hand side and then fridge and table on the left. So the idea behind this system was to keep everything organised, know where absolutely everything is, and in case of an emergency I can get to it extremely easily. So I've got a short system at the bottom. This houses my tools, spare parts, recovery gear, anything that I might need to get in a hurry. It's all in that drawer and stays in that drawer. Middle row I've got all my cooking gear, everything for your dampers, fire cooking, coals, gas, all that sort of stuff. And at the top I've got my camping gear. So everything I might need for the awning, camping for a couple of weeks, everything stays inside this system, so I know exactly where it is. On the left hand side here, I've got the fridge and the pull-out table. And this is the part that I really enjoy because it makes camping comfortable, easy, and a bit luxurious almost. Some people have called this setup glamping, which I'll take as a compliment I guess, but I'm not an overly advanced fella with that sort of stuff. I like to keep it simple, so everything that's been built in this car has been made with purpose and for a reason, so it's worked out brilliantly. So the table itself pulls out, great for roadside stops, piss breaks, even just overnight camping. Easy to access. The top itself he uses is a nice, easy to clean surface. So I can wipe this down, baby wipes, the Sally's barbecue wipes, whatever, and it doesn't stain the top either, so that's really good. From this point you can then pull the fridge out. Now that's handy. So I've got the access to the table itself to work on. I've got the fridge access there, but then I've also still got access to the drawers. So all my camping and cooking gear, straight from the drawer onto the table, fridge, get your gear out and keep doing what you need to do. Now the brilliant thing about having this custom made was that Chris wasn't able to measure the height of this door of the fridge cracked, and he can build on top of that. So I can let this fridge aerate when it's not on like it is now, and it won't go stale or mouldy inside, so that's brilliant. This table itself, if you're using heavy weights on there, I suppose, I've not had to use it yet, but it's got a drop down leg underneath that, which is telescopic. So if you've got a raised car, if you're parked on unlevel ground, anything like that, you can drop that leg, raise it or lower it to whatever the car is sitting at, and then that'll support the full weight of what you place on this table. So that's brilliant. So on this wing panel on the drawer face here, I've got everything I need. So I've got my 1/4 inch NPT food grade water fitting, which is this little unit here. Under that I've then got the compressor, and then I've got all my switches and my gauges. So each switch has a purpose. So I've got the compressor itself, which is the outlet at the bottom. This top one here runs the water pump, which brings water to that fitting. This switch here runs a light to the awning. So there's a 2-pin Deutsch plug up there that has lights along the arms of the batwing itself, and the other one's a spare. So I've run power to that, so whenever I put more accessories in the back of this drawer system here, I'll be able to run power straight to that feed, and it's there ready to go. So below that I've then got the 12 volt voltage gauge. Next to that you got your 2 standard 2.4 amp USB outlets, great for charging your phones or iPads, tablets, all that sort of garbage. And below that just a standard 12 volt cigarette outlet for standard 12 volt appliances. Paired with that, up the top I've got the BMS Manager 30 screen. So I match that with what I see on the gauge here, make sure everything is going well, but I won't go into that with too much detail. That'll be another video because the electrical system in this car is unreal. That's a half an hour clip in itself. So light on the door here, which is a red and a white light, keeps the bugs away if there's bugs around. 2 lights up top with a light on the awning. The whole outside of this area is completely lit up, so that's handy. But like I said at the start of the video, what drew me to getting this system done by Chris was his finishing touches. So I'll show you why I went that way, because it's second to none. I've not seen anything quite as good as what this system is. So I'll show you, I guess. How good. Starting with the drawers, every part of this system is finished. So nothing looks unfinished, nothing looks empty, nothing doesn't look like it doesn't belong there. So credit to Chris, because he's done a brilliant job, and he's been doing this for years on years, and I think he's up there with one of the best people that do this. So he's absolutely sensational. Paints the outer drawers, doesn't leave them bare, doesn't need to carpet them, puts a nice layer of paint over it, so that looks really, really nice and finished, especially when you pull the drawers out, it looks all together. Inside the drawer, he lines with a lighter coloured carpet. Now I believe you can choose the carpet colour, which is pretty cool, especially if you've got a vibrant coloured car like bright red or bloody orange or whatnot. But yeah, it eliminates a lot of stuff inside the drawers as well with the carpet, i.e. rattling, rubbing around, sliding around. So it works in more ways than one with just the look. It's quite practical as well. But the biggest thing with these drawers for me was how he actually attaches these drawers to the slide. With timber, and I know a lot of people do it, they screw in, which is nothing wrong with it at all. It's an effective way of doing it. But Chris goes that extra step further. And he knew what this car was built for. I do a lot of corrugated roads. I mean, this system's already done the Amberdell, the Trans line, the Cook Track, South Australia, everything like that. So this is held up exceptionally. I'm stoked with it. But he actually bolts these drawers to the fridge slide. So how he does that is he installs what they call a timber captive nut, or a nut cert, however you want to put it, whatever trade you're in. So for whatever reason, if you need to pull these out, clean the dust behind there, find a rattle if something's fallen out the side of the drawer, or someone's rolling around and it's pissing you off, you can actually detach all these drawers, clean, fix, sort out whatever the issue is in the system itself, and you can reattach these drawers to the slide to the same strength and same reliability that it was when it was first placed and built in the vehicle. So that's a really big thing for me. I've already had these drawers out, especially after the Amberdell. The whole inside of this car was caked with dust. It still bloody is, it's terrible. Good on your Toyota, you useless wankers. But yeah, I've already had to pull these out, and to put these in was extremely simple. So that there is a big thing for me. Chris uses a solid grab handle, easy to use, heaps of gap between the handle and the drawer itself. Each drawer is locked in itself on its rolling runner, including the fridge slide on the table. And then also the carpet he uses suits the inside of modern day vehicles. So if you've got 200s, Prados, even your dual cabs and tub liners, all that sort of stuff, the carpet's a nice dark carpet which is exclusive to Chris. And it really matches the interior of the car, which is a big thing for people, is a big thing for me. So that was really good. But yeah, I don't know what else to say really. It's the system itself I'm extremely happy with. Everything has been built to a standard, and Chris is much like me in terms of that sort of stuff. He's anal with it, and he wants to make sure everything's perfect. So to contact a bloke like that, and he shares the same sort of standards as I do, it was a no-brainer. So extremely happy with the system. Chris will be, again, like I said, Chris will be building on top of this as well in the near future. So there'll be more added to the system, so look out for that. But if you're looking at getting a drawer system made, especially if something a bit out of the box, go see Chris. You won't be disappointed. Cheers guys.